It's evening and past my dinner time. Took me a little longer to make dinner than I thought it would. But here's dinner. This is something I've never tried before. I just basically made spaghetti with this soup added. And it tastes pretty good. It tastes pretty good, just with the noodles. Just adding the noodles to the soup. It's like an Asian dish, I guess. It just tastes like the soup, but just the noodles and the soup just taste like the soup, which is good. But what I've done here is also add the spaghetti sauce and then a little bit of this. Avocado tastes really good with spaghetti. Just a fresh avocado is really good. But this, I don't taste too much of this, just with everything blended the way it is. It does add a bit of a kick, which is nice. But this is just something I've never done before, so I wanted to show you guys. It's pretty good. I like it. The thing about the soup is, it's gonna water things down, but you can just kind of simmer your pot a bit, and that'll... Actually, what I've done is after I cooked the noodles, I cooked them al dente, so they're not too soft. I drained the water, and then when they're still al dente, I added the soup and let that simmer a little bit. And even without simmering, while it's still warm, just take it off the heat, let it sit for a bit, and that'll, the noodles will absorb a lot of the moisture from the soup. And then afterwards, then you can add your sauce, spice, and whatnot. And I usually don't use cans of pasta this large because I don't have a refrigerator or anything. That'll last, I can still use that tomorrow, but not a third day. Most things will last, an extra day without refrigeration, but beyond that, you don't want to use it. So what I do is usually use these small cans. I don't, this is just plain sauce, but usually I buy something with some flavor in it. This is just really plain and bland, but make sure it says sauce. If you buy the paste, that's basically a thickener. It's not gonna be all that great on its own, at least for what I'm doing. This is just a substitute for sauce, but they sell flavored sauce in this size, so that's usually what I use. And I also usually don't, blend things in the pot. I usually just use my pot to cook things, and then I throw everything into some Tupperware and eat out of that. And it makes things, I don't know if it's easier to clean. I guess my main thing is worrying about leftovers. I'm not going to store leftovers in a pot. That's no good. But, because of the soup and everything, I just put it all in the pot. But, that's basically what I wanted to show you. Something I've never tried before, so I get excited and want to share that. But, beyond that, this dumb little stove here. It's like $15 at the dollar stores. And it works off of a butane rather than propane. I don't know what the difference is, but the stove itself is $15. These canisters go for like $1 each. And I actually prefer those propane camping stoves that are just the propane canister and then a little stove head. It's basically this, you screw one of those things on the top of it, and I just kind of prefer that, but at the same time it's a little unstable. this is nice and stable. The main thing when you're cooking outdoors is you want to have a windbreak, which I don't have right now. But even without the windbreak, it still worked okay today. It's not too windy. But it can go a little bit longer. Got some beans here, just soaking for tomorrow so that it'll be easier to cook them. It won't take as long. I'm not using up as much fuel and whatnot by doing this. And the same with the rice. I'm letting some rice soak. I don't know if you're even supposed to soak rice, but I'm gonna try that out. And then this disgusting thing, coconut water. They make some good coconut water. This is not it. This is really foul. They added lime to it as well. I think that's mostly what's screwing it up, so I'm just gonna add some 7-Up and finish that off. I'll show you real quick some really good coconut water. And it tastes good, but it's also supposed to be good for you. Has a lot of potassium in it and whatnot. I hear commercials saying that coconut water is like nature's health drink or whatever, but this is really good. Maui and Sons. I'm actually surprised that because Maui and Sons is a surf company, but I was pleasantly surprised to see this product, something beyond their surfwear, but still kind of in line with that whole surf culture. And the ingredients, I think it's just coconut water. I don't trust that. I think they add stuff to it, but it's at least for the most part coconut water. And even though it says unsweetened, it's still really sweet. So I buy these, and that's pretty good. But there's another thing. There's like a bean dip I make sometimes, and I add this guacamole seasoning, this avocado guacamole seasoning to that bean dip, and I'll show you that.